going to go back for a moment to this Bechina of Shema Yisrael, which Shema Yisrael expresses. We showed Havaya in blue and Elokeinu in red to show Midas Hadin. And since Rachmim and Din join together, they're expressed in Hashem Echad. We put the two colors together, blue and red. Now we're going to go forward, and we're going to go back to the Kupu that we mentioned before. The Kupu, if we attach them together, it comes out to 112, which is number Yibuk, which Mama Yibuk, which Yaakov Avinu crossed over with all of his wives and all of his children and all of his things. He was passing over from the Mochin de Katnus to Mochin de Gadlus. The Hachlafa of Havaya and Elokim is from Mochin de Katnus to Mochin de Gadlus. Yaakov Avinu, when he was dealing with the Tzon of Lavan and grazing his children, these are all things of Mochin de Katnus. Yaakov Avinu, according to his Madrega, he could have put in also Mochin de Gadlus, but this is dealing with physicality, was Mochin de Katnus. When he crossed Mama Yabuk, he was already dealing with the level of Ruach. His family was already built, his money was already developed, and now he had to start serving Hashem even at a higher level. And since he didn't do this right away, Rachel Imenu died because Eretz Yisrael is already a different madriga, which is Mochin de Gadlus. Now this Yabuk, I want to divide in a different way. At first we divided into Kupu, and now we're going to divide the Yabuk, which is Kupu, together, into Kukasa. What is Kukasa? Ku is Havaya. Ka is 21, Ekya. And Adni, 65. And Ekya Adnus is together Elokim. I just divided Elokim to two names. So Kukasa is a whole level. Shem Ekya is the Keser. Havaya is the center, the body, and Adnus is the Malchus, which is the whole level. When we do Yichud and Ner in Chanukah, we do Ekya Havaya. I'm sorry, here we do differently. Go back a little bit. We didn't. It's not comparable to Chanukah, but there's a whole level. I mean, a level from Keser to Malchus. And by Tefillin also, when we do Tefillin Shalosh, it's similar. Now, Ku is 26, which is Havaya, and Ka Ach Tov Chesed, it says Ach, which is, this is the secret of Ach Tov Chesed. Yudafuni Kol Mechai. If you get a profile of 21, which is the gematria of Ach Tov Chesed, if not, then Yudafuni Kol Mechai, they'll run after me all my whole life. So now we're going to fill this up. Havaya we know is Rala. Now we're going to do the Ekya and Adnus. Ekya is going to be 3 miloim. Yud, Hey and Alfim. Yud is Kasa, Hey is Kana, and Alfin is Kamag. Altogether, 455. Havaya we're familiar with. And Aleph is entire altogether. Aleph is Alad. It's exactly the way it is. So the Milui is 671. If we attach these 3 Miluim together, it's 1,358, which is the gematria of Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam V'ed, which is Yichud Tata. So it comes out that each letter is Ku, and each Ku is Kupu, and each Kupu is Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Shem Echad, and each Kupu is Yabuk, and each Yabuk is Kukasa, and each Kukasa is Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam V'ed. So it comes out that each letter has Havaya, Shem, Yuchud, and Yuchud Ilah, and Yuchud Tata. So it comes out that each letter is the genetic buildup of the whole Torah, which is hinted in the upper Yichud and the lower Yichud, Shema Yisrael and Baruch Shem. And still we're not finished. Now if we attach the Yichud Elyon and Yichud Tachton, which is 1118 and 1358, we're going to get Gematria of 2476, which is the Gematria of Be'ito. Why Be'ito? Because Beis is 2000. Ito is 476, which is taking in all of the lights, the upper lights, into the concept of time. And we're taking all these lights and bringing it into the time. Now once we reach the conclusion that every letter is built up from Shem Havaya, from Shema Yisrael, and Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Olam Vaed, which is Yichud Ilah and Yichud Tata, we know that the Zohar Kodesh says that Kadosh Baruch Hu looked in the Torah and he built the whole world. It says in the Zohar, begin to Kadbara Kuchabichu Alma. When Hashem was creating the world, he looked into the Torah and he created the world, and through the world he built through the Torah he built the world. So the world is created through looking in this Torah, and the Torah itself is built out of letters. So it comes out the Osios HaKodesh, the letters, are what created the world. As we explained, the Zohar continues, Via etzlo Amon, don't read Amon, Ela Uman. That the Torah itself was the vessel, or the professional that created the creation. And we know that the world was created with 10 mamaros, and here are the lists of the 10 mamaros. Whenever it says V'yomer Elokim, that's a maimar, but we only find 9 times. The 10th one is not there. And Chazal say that Bereshis is also a maimar. So Bereshis is also a maimar. Why didn't Hashem not say V'yomer Elokim V'yi Bereshis? That since Bereshis is also a maimar. So it can't. The answer is that it can't be a maimar without letters. So that's why it says Bereshis bar Elokim es. From es is from Aleph to Taf. Hashem first created the letters of Aleph Beis, and afterwards he created the world with mamaros. So therefore every letter is a bechina of Yichud Ilah and Yichud Tata, and every letter is a bechina of 26. There's Gematria of 26, and therefore it comes out here that each letter is ku, 26. Now what we're going to do is a different method. We're going to take this ku, and we're going to write it out Esrim V'Shisha. We're going to write out the words Esrim V'Shisha, and we're going to figure out the Gematria of Esrim V'Shisha, meaning Ayin 70, Shin is 300, and so on and so forth. How much is it going to come out to? Altogether, 1,231. 1,231. I explained to you once what the returning cycle is, where Aleph goes back to be Aleph. If Aleph goes back to be Aleph, so 231 turns into 232. So 232 we know, it's Avsag Malben. So it's amazing. We took Shem Havaya, we wrote Esrim V'Shisha, and we got back to Avsag Malben, which is the Miluim of Havaya, Ve'yor. But 1,231 is also a very interesting number, because it's Gematria, Aser Sadvarim, and also Keser Torah. Keser Torah, Esrim, the word Esrim is Gematria of 620, which is Gematria Keser. Ve'Shisha, the other word, is 611, which is Gematria of Torah. So it's Esrim Ve'Shisha is Keser Torah, and also it's Aser Sadvarim. The word's Aser Sadvarim. It's very interesting because the Torah has a number of different centers. Havaya is a center. It says Torah Hashem Temima, Torah Havaya Temima, because from Havaya all the Shemus HaKodesh come out. Once we'll prove it to you. Those who learned Shayarah with us, there we show how each one of the Shemus HaKodesh comes out of Shemus Havaya, Shem Havaya. And afterwards, the Shemus HaKodesh are developed from the Sefer Torah, from Havaya. So Sefer Devarim is the is the essence of the Torah. And afterwards, all the rest of the Torah. Each letter is Avaya. And each Avaya is a source of Dvarim. And so every source of Dvarim is the whole Torah. Therefore, everything comes from one level. From one letter. Each letter inside of it has the whole Torah. So now we're going to continue. We spoke about Shema Yisrael. Now we know that in Shema Yisrael there's the Adam who has his job is to unify all of creation. Adam, Riyah, Shemiah, Reach, and Dibur, a person seeing, hearing, smelling, and speaking is 1118, which is Gematria of Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Shem Echad. And now we have another Bechina. There's Machshava, which is thought, speech, kol, sound, and then speech, and then action. All these, Gematria, Machshava, Kol, Dibur, Maser, is also Gematria of Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Shem Echad. A person has a thought, then he speaks it out with Kol and Dibur, and then he acts it out. That's all Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Shem Echad. And also with the fingers. In the hands, we have Zeres. Each one of the 5 fingers, they have a different process of dealing with different one of the senses. We clean our mustache with our thumb, and the baby sucks the thumb because the thumb is connected to taste. Now the etzba, which is the finger, the person cleans his nose. We don't see anyone cleans his nose with his thumb. Maybe Barack Obama, but a regular person does not clean his nose with his thumb. Now the middle finger is Amma, that you scratch with because it's connected to feeling. Kamitza, the next finger, a person cleans out the eye with. And the Zeres with the pinky, that's the only one that goes into the ear. Also, you don't see anyone cleaning his ears with a bone, with a first with a thumb. Therefore, the Gematria of all these together, as you see here in the chart, comes out altogether 1118, like Gematria of Shema Yisrael Shem Elokeinu Shem Echad. Now if we look at the secret of the letters, we're going to see the letters come from the 5 expressions of the mouth. Acha come from the throat, Gicha come from the palate, Datlanat comes from the tongue, and the letters Zashrast come from the teeth, and the letters Bumaf come from the lips. The Gaon of Vilna says something very amazing. He says, if I want to choose a certain letter, the first letter for the alphabet, it should be a letter that expresses all the rest of the letters. So we choose a letter that is attached to all the rest of the aspects of the rest of the types of letters. Aleph is chosen to be the first of the first, the middle of the middle, and the last of the last. Aleph is the beginning of Acha. Lamed is the middle of Datlanat, and Pei is the end of Bumaf. So this Aleph is representing all the letters. The tongue is the middle one.